Good day, fellow classmates and viewers. Here is another case under Article 263 of the Revised Penal Code, Serious Physical Injuries. This is the case of U.S. versus Santos, GR number L5795, September 19, 1910. We will be discussing the facts, issues, and ruling of this case. The facts of the case are as follows. On April 4, 1909, Willie was heading home from the cinema when Jose Santos caught hold of his arm and asked him where he was going. Willie in turn asked Santos why he wished to know. At this moment, Santos took a step backward and with his right hand seized the bottle which he had been holding in his left hand. Willie asked him whether the road he was heading to was not a public place. Santos replied that it was not and it belonged to him. He then ordered Willie to take a detour. Willie requested Santos to deliver to him the bolo as a precautionary measure for fear that Santos might hurt him. But Santos raised his bolo and immediately gave Willie a cut. The wound extended from Willie's ear to his mouth, knocking out one of the eye teeth and breaking one upper and two lower front teeth. Willie ran back to his house where he sought medical attention. He then went to the hospital where he remained for treatment of his wounds until the end of the 23rd day of April. On April 24, he went back to his house where he continued under medical treatment without being able to work until 7th of May of the same year. The attending doctor asserted that this scar was permanent and that it might contract in width but could not in length. Due to this, Willie filed a complaint against Santos in accordance with Article 416 of the Penal Code. The said section provides, "He who shall wound, bruise, or maltreat another shall be punished as guilty of causing serious physical injuries, with the penalty of prison correctional in its minimum and medium degrees, if, as the result of such injuries, the person assaulted should have been deformed, or had lost a member, not a principal one, or should have it rendered useless, or should have been for a period of more than 90 days, ill or disabled for his usual occupation." However, it was questioned in this case if the said provision was applicable in consideration that Willie's wound healed only in 30 days. Now we go to the issue of the case. The issue of this case is whether or not Santos committed serious physical injuries to the person of Willie in accordance with Article 416 of the Penal Code. Now, as to the ruling of this case, the Supreme Court held in the affirmative. As a result of the assault and of the wound inflicted upon the offended party in the right cheek from the ear to the mouth, one of his eye teeth fell out and a front tooth and two other lower teeth were broken. Moreover, after more than 30 days' treatment, during which time he was incapacitated from work, a long scar was left on his face which makes a visible and very noticeable deformity. On account of such deformity, as well as because of the loss and breaking of an eye tooth and other teeth of the injured party, and because of the number of days he was unable to work, the crime charged is one of a serious nature and is comprised within Article 416 of the Penal Code. Inasmuch as the offended party was left deformed, lost an eye tooth, and in a certain manner the use of other teeth, a mouth is deemed a principal organ of the human body. It is not sufficient to take account of the number of days of treatment of the wounds or of the incapacity to work. The injury occasioned and the consequences of the wound received by the offended party must also be considered. Considering the nature and consequences of the serious wound, it is unquestionable that this wound, though healed in 30 days, produced a noticeable deformity of his features and loss and damage of a principal organ of his body. In effect, Jose Santos was found guilty in violation of Article 416 of the Penal Code for committing serious physical injuries against Willie. And that is all for US versus Santos. Thank you for listening.